Welcome, Keto Rock Stars. This is your host, your funny favorite food addict, Rockin Keto Amy. Tonight, we're making the 1-minute blueberry muffins. And this recipe is not my recipe. This recipe is by holisticallyengineered.com. And that was submitted by Karen Solomon. I actually found this recipe on Carolyn Ketchum's website. I'm a big fan of Carolyn Ketchum. And she pointed her website to this other lady's website, and I followed that website to this website. And now I'm going to show you how to make this recipe. I have, as always, given credit to the person who authored this recipe. The link is in the comments, and that will take you to holisticallyengineered.com, and it will take you to Karen's recipe. So I'm going to show you how to do this. As always, I'm not a medical professional. Any information provided in this form is not to be used as medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or services to you or any other person. Any information provided in this form does not replace being seen by a physician. If you have a medical condition, please always seek medical advice for your condition and always consult a doctor or a physician before changing your diet. It looks like we have JAD608 in the house. That's my dad. Hi, Dad. If you are here, please post something in the chat so that we know you are here. I'm going to try to go through the chats while I'm cooking. Sometimes it's hard for me to do so, but we're going to make a quick recipe because Chris Cook in Nashville, Dustin at Keto Simple, and Southern Cooking are going live at 8 p.m. Eastern. And so we want to get off because we all want to head over to that channel after this and watch them, because to have those three of those powerhouses on the same live stream is amazing. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And then as people join, we can go ahead and chat about things. And this is a real easy recipe. I made this earlier today and demoed it just to make sure this was a good recipe, and it worked pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my recipe up here. I am going to point my camera down so you can all see this, what I'm doing here. Okay, so we have a lot of things out here. I'm going to rearrange my workspace here. I have a glass bowl, which I'm going to use to put the ingredients in. So what we need to make this recipe, we need 1/4 cup almond flour. Hopefully you guys all can see this. 1/4 cup almond flour. And I just have the Kirkland brand almond flour. I usually tend to get it from Costco or Sam's Club, seems to be the most economical. And we're just going to combine all of the dry ingredients. So I'm just going to pour that into the glass bowl. We need 1/4 teaspoon of, oh, it says baking soda. You know what? I used baking powder earlier and this worked. So I'm actually going to use this again, the baking powder, since I already have this out. But it actually calls for 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, not baking powder. But I used this earlier and it turned out just fine. So that's what we're going to use. And then we're going to use 3 tablespoons of the sweetener of your choice. And the sweetener that I have is monk fruit sweetener. And this is Duralife brand. This is just a brand I got off of Amazon. That seems to be okay. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of that. Oh, Dustin's here. Hello, hello, hello. Baking powder has baking soda in it. Awesome, yeah. Well, I used it earlier by mistake, Dustin, and it worked. So I'm not digging for, I do have baking soda, but I'm not digging for it in a live stream. So, okay, so we added 3 tablespoons of whatever sweetener you like to use. Now, the other thing I did was I melted 1 tablespoon of butter in just a coffee mug because I'm really fancy. And then I have 2 ramekins here. And I just bought these really cheap at our local grocery store. So I have 2 ramekins here. And I'm just going to evenly put the melted butter into these ramekins evenly. And then what we're going to do, and this is funny how I do this, but I just take a paper towel and I just kind of grease it around in the ramekins, and that's how I grease them. So it says you can use coconut oil, grass-fed butter. You could probably use bacon grease or avocado oil, whatever. But the butter to me tastes good, so I like using that. Okay, then let's see. I had to go buy this today, so I just got the Simple Truth brand creamy almond butter from Kroger's. Now it is a little liquidy on top, so I think before you use this, you may want to stir it up. It's so weird how almond butter gets liquidy. And actually, I may stir up the dry ingredients first. I think I did that earlier. But we are going to put 2 tablespoons of almond butter in this. And I haven't had any sort of peanut butter or almond butter in so long. And my dad's in here. How do you get butter to eat grass? You know, that's a really good question, Dustin. I always wondered, like, what is the deal with grass-fed butter? Okay, this is really liquidy. So we're going to do, and there may have been, like, some of this Cindy's in the house. What's up, Cindy? Some of this may have accidentally fallen into my mouth earlier because I have not had peanut butter. Yeah, oily. Good, Cindy. Natural peanut butters are the same way, oily on top. I have not had peanut butter or nut butter in so long that I have to admit some of this may have accidentally fallen in my mouth earlier. And oh, this smells so good. And my dad's in the house, and my dad's favorite snack is peanut butter. He is not keto yet, but he is working on it, and he likes to join these lives because sometimes he gets the snacks after I make them. Okay, so almond butter, then we have an egg. And so we're just going to crack the egg and put that in here. Oh, I didn't get anything out to mix this up. I always forget something on these. There's always one thing I forget. I'm just going to get a fork out. Okay. So, oh, my favorite ingredient, and I'm going to tell you a little secret. This calls for 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, but I always add extra vanilla. You're probably not supposed to do that, but I like vanilla so much that I always add. So I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla in here. I don't know why, but I do. Just because I love, okay, and then a 1/2 teaspoon. I know I got the lemon juice out too. Watch, did I forget that? No, it's right here. The lemon juice. So a 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice. And full disclosure as well, I have been trying to make blueberry recipes for a while, and they have been failing. So 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice. They've been turning into like some sort of blueberry sludge. And I think this is going to be the one that we make. Okay, now it says a 1/4 cup of fresh blueberries. I have frozen blueberries. So what I did was I put the blueberries in this cup and I measured them out, and then I kind of put them in this napkin because they're thawing out. So I put them in this napkin to soak up some of the juice. But we're going to mix up this mixture. This is how easy this is. We're going to mix up this mixture and make kind of the dough. And again, I'm just using a fork to do this. So we're going to mix this up. Oh man, that is This was so good earlier. At first I wasn't sure. Now fresh blueberries, I think the difference is the frozen ones are going to make a purpley type dough. It will just discolor your dough a little bit more. Okay, so once you mix that up, you're going to take the blueberries and we're just going to fold those in to the mixture. So I put them in a paper towel because there was ice on them. So we're going to carefully just fold them into the dough. We don't want to mix it up too much because they do bleed a little bit. All right. And then we're going to take our greased ramekins. I forgot a spoon too. This is how easy this is. We're going to take our greased ramekins and we're just going to spoon this evenly into the ramekins with the blueberries, the blueberry mixture. Now, I think if you use fresh blueberries, because I've done recipes with both fresh and frozen, it just comes out purple. That's the only difference. So it's not as pretty. Now, what I would recommend doing with this is if you have a good heavy whipping cream, like Cool Whip recipe, I would make some Cool Whip and I would top these with that. Because this just would be like so awesome with it. Okay, so it kind of looks, it looks very purpley, but that's okay. It tasted very good, I assure you. So now what we're going to do, I'll point my camera back up here. All right, so I'm going to come over to the microwave. Now it said, oh, 1 minute and 20 seconds. I ended up having to nuke these for 2 minutes. So we have this like purple sludge stuff, but I promise you it tastes good. So I'm going to put these in the microwave for about 2 minutes. My microwave's over here. I know my live is a little deceiving. It says blueberry muffins in 1 minute, but it's actually more like 5 minutes. But all right, so now we're going to do this. Sorry, I had a mess I had to clean up. That way I don't stick my sleeve in it. Okay. Let's see. I like this one. How do you get butter to eat grass? I don't know, Dustin. I'm sending you on a mission. I'm sending you on a mission to find out what does that mean? The cows eat the grass and then they milk the cows to get the grass-fed butter? Cindy said, natural peanut butters are the same way. They're oily. My dad says mom's in here too. Hi, Mom. Okay. Dustin says if it's truly natural, they don't use emulsifiers to keep the oil. And I'm totally fine with that. I'm totally fine with it separating and having to mix it up. I'd rather have a natural product, have an oily product than having to mix it up. Cindy says, hello, Amy's mom and dad. And just for the record, my mom and dad are about 30 feet this way, right next to me, because they live next door. My dad says hi. Oh yeah, be sure to hit the thumbs up. And be sure, after this, to go find Keto Simple, to go find Chris Cook in Nashville, or to go find, is it Southern Cooking? Because they're doing Rockstar Live tonight. And I love the new name, Dustin. The Keto Crusaders. And you guys are like the knights. You're the, oh, what is that? You guys are like those, the knights from the round table. I just love it. I just love what you guys came up with. Okay, so now I need a hot pad to get these out probably. Okay, let me check to see if they're done. Oh, I think, One of them's not quite done. I'm going to do another maybe 20 seconds. You probably could do the toothpick test too, like you do in the oven. So stick a toothpick in it. And you can also bake these in the oven at 350 for 15 to 17 minutes. If you're not a microwave cooker, if we are the Knights, it's very... Hold on, I got to put this up here. Champions, if we are the Knights, it's very problematic, he says. I expect you guys to get like the Knights helmets and swords. At some point you're gonna have to have gear. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Oh yeah. Okay, this one appears to be done. The other one isn't. I wonder if you're supposed to cook these one at a time. Okay. I'm gonna add another 20 seconds on this other one. So it does look dark, okay, but I assure you, I ate one of these. It smells really good. It looks dark, but that's just because the blueberries were purple. The blueberries were purplish, but I assure you, and as a matter of fact, I'll take a bite out of one just to be sure. Dad, I can bring you and Mom the other one. Let me see. Okay, this one's cooked better. I can bring you guys the other one if you want to taste it after this, and then you can post comments on my Facebook page to everybody if I'm lying or not. But I will take a bite out of one just to confirm. But if you used fresh blueberries, they would not turn purple. I think that's it's just a visual thing. Okay, so I'm going to take a bite. And it's still piping hot, and there's a blueberry in here. I don't know if you can see this or not. All right. So good. So you have a quick dessert. I don't know. You have a quick dessert in like 5 or 6 minutes. Okay, so that's the recipe that I had for tonight. The rest of this is talking. And then we're going to get off because we're going to get out of here because we got to head over to Dustin's live. Cindy asked, Dustin, is your live all fixed now? Yeah. Oh, Angela's in the house. So my sister's in here. You can rinse and drain the blueberries. So I rinsed earlier. I rinsed them earlier, and it just made them more wet. So this time I decided not to rinse them to keep some of the liquid out of the recipe. So it was still purple earlier, but it still tastes good. I'm going to take another bite just to make sure it's good. It's good. So Dustin says, I've restarted my system a few times. I don't know what else I can do. I believe Too Crazy Keto said that, what streaming service do you use? Restream had an update. So I think they were having issues too. So I don't know. So he said, we'll see. Okay, bye, Dustin. Dustin's got to duck out. And I will see you at 8 p.m., Dustin. And I'm only going to stay on here until people are done talking. Cindy says, yes, sir, we will. Hopefully see. I have faith that Dustin's live is going to go well. So a couple of things I wanted to bring up is I know I made this awesome recipe. This minute, well, really, it wasn't really a minute. It was more like 5 minutes. Blueberry treat. I don't eat sweets every day. I have to full disclose. Everybody has to do what they got to do. But I would not eat something like this every day. The reason being is when I do that, I tend to gain weight and stall on my journey. However, I feel like it is good to have treats like this in your toolbox because when you go somewhere and they're eating cake in front of you, or every once in a while when you're having a birthday party or something, it's good to have something like this that you can make on the fly in just a few minutes and, um, have a treat. So, and honestly, I'm trying to gear myself towards quick and easy recipes because I work a full-time job. I'm married. I'm a grandma. I am involved in two choirs. I also take care of a 93-year-old with dementia. If I have to do a lot of meal prep, it's going to be something I can make a lot of that's going to feed me all week, or something that's very quick. So I'm thinking about coming up with a working person's top 10 snacks, top 10 meal prepping recipes, things that I do to keep me on track that might help other people. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Oh, I am so thrilled. Chris Cooking Nashville's in the house. And Chris, you weren't in here, but I just threw a plug for you. Hopefully everybody in this stream is coming over to your stream. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Chris Cooking Nashville, who is like a famous YouTuber and musician from Nashville, just popped in. Thank you so much. Cindy's here. We got my mom and dad. We got my sister in here. Dustin just popped in here for a minute. And they are going to be doing this amazing YouTube tonight with Chris Cooking Nashville, Dustin at Keto Simple, and Southern Keto. I think his name's Victor. And it's going to be rocking. So I can't wait. I'm definitely we're not staying a full hour tonight because we have to end it to go over to that, which is the whole reason I'm on at 7 p.m. tonight. So, yeah, so Chris is in here. Yep, I'm so pumped about that. So what I was talking about is, when we have busy lifestyles, some of us have to figure out ways to find things that are, a little bit quicker. Got a duck, he says. All right, got a duck. We'll see you at 8 p.m. Can't wait. See you soon. Have a great live tonight, Chris. Talk to you soon. All right. Yep, Victor. Cindy says that, yep, it's Victor. Victor from Southern Keto. So what I was talking about is, we got to find things when you have an extremely busy schedule, whether it's hard boiling 30 eggs at a time, whether it's bacon. Oh, another thing that we did this week was we went to the Notre Dame tailgate Saturday, and I found out about it 2 days before we were invited, and someone asked us to co-host the tailgate. So I'm like, what could I take out to the tailgate that is keto but could feed a lot of people, but could either be keto or not keto? So I stayed up till I think 1 a.m. on Thursday night, and I made a big pot of sloppy joes. I actually used Keto Dad's recipe, and it was just ground beef, some onion, some tomato paste. I used the monk fruit golden sweetener, threw that all in there. And luckily they had a generator out there. So we were able to plug that in and warm that up out there. And I took some white waffle buns out there. We ate on that. Then they had a Blackstone grill, and we had scrambled eggs and bacon. They had hot dogs out there they grilled. So we ate all that with mustard, no bun. I mean, yeah. Cindy says, I love having hard-boiled eggs on hand. My favorite way is in an Instant Pot. Cindy, my favorite way is in the Instant Pot too. And I've done this in some of my lives. I literally throw 3 or 30 eggs in the Instant Pot with 1 cup of water and hard boil them, and then immediately peel them and put them into individual baggies. My husband's a truck driver right now, and he'll grab 2 of those every morning. And I buy them these expensive clean sausage sticks from Costco, and he'll throw those in his lunchbox, and those will tide him over till he gets home at like 2 p.m. and then he eats his big meal. Oh, look who else is here? Evelyn's in the house. Evelyn's here. We're doing this at 7 p.m. because we all have to go over to the other live stream with Chris Cook in Nashville and Dustin and Victor. Hi, Evelyn. Cindy says I put as many as 24 in there. Yeah, we've gone up to 30 just because. And honestly, the hard-boiled eggs peeled have stayed in the fridge for almost 2 weeks. They don't go bad. And you can kind of tell when they're starting to go bad, but we usually eat them before they go bad. The other thing you could do is bacon. Dr. Barry's has talked about making meat sticks and stuff like that. What are your guys' go-to snacks? Post in the comments. What's your favorite snacks? I'm thinking about doing a video on top 10 working person snacks. And another one, I want to do top 10 working or busy person. I shouldn't say working person. I should say busy person, like meal prep meals. Evelyn says, I do 3 dozen. Wow. Yeah, that's what, 36? That's more than I do. 3 dozen in my Instant. The Instant Pot is amazing. My mom gave me this egg cooker that I really loved. I forget what brand it was, but she gave it to me for Christmas. And when that died, I switched over to the Instant Pot. So, hey, friends, thank you so much for coming tonight. I really appreciate it. I'm in this new space. You guys are all experienced YouTubers. And thank you for joining me and letting me into the YouTube world. And welcoming me into everything. Okay, so Evelyn says, okay, her favorite snacks are cheese, mine too. Ooh, freeze-dried strawberries, macadamia nuts, and of course bacon. Do you freeze dry your own strawberries or do you buy those? And if so, where do you buy them at? Cindy says, my unfortunate favorite is between Chalk Zero, LOL, and Keto Chow Fudge. So I've done the salty. I'm too scared to try Keto Chow. First of all, I've never been a shake person and going on your channel telling my story, I did the protein shakes for a long time, not their brand, but just a brand, and had issues with that. Although I could see myself using their shakes to make recipes. So like to make ice creams or to make, you said you make, do you make the fudge with it? I could see myself using their products to make fudge or to make something out of it. I'm not one to drink a meal. But I did buy their chocolate flavored salty, and I am putting it in my coffee, and that's all I drink. I didn't really drink alcohol at the tailgate yesterday. I drank like 2 pots of coffee with salty in it because it was freezing. I was cold. Okay, Evelyn said she got the strawberries at Sam's. You're gonna have to send me a picture of the strawberries, if you will, Evelyn. I know we're friends on Facebook, so if you can message me a picture of the strawberries, because I love strawberries, I would love to have that. Chaffles, biscuits. One of my favorite things to make is Keto Dad has this 90-second bread, and literally you make it in one of these ramekins. And I work from home, so I make it a lot when I'm at home, and I put everything but the bagel seasoning in it, and then I nuke it in the microwave for 90 seconds, and then I cut it in half, and then I put cream cheese on it, and then sprinkle it with everything but the bagel seasoning. It's so good. Many things. So I'm going to try to put together a couple top 10 videos. I'm trying to do some videos on I have some longer recipes that take longer, and I'm trying to shorten them into like short videos. Um, and these are my recipes. I'm doing one on crispy chicken right now, and then probably like my beef stew and my pot roast. I'll probably do videos on that. Yeah, Keto Dad was one of the first people I got turned on to, besides probably Maria Emmerich. Ooh, I use keto chow to make cheesecakes, chocolate bar fudge. Okay, what are these butter bites that everybody's talking about? I don't know. Are they just butter? Like flavored butter that you just eat? What is a butter bite? People keep talking about those. Also great for chaffle. I could see myself, and here's the thing: I got one of the keto chow packets at KPL. So I'm like, man, I'm hesitant on trying it because I know once I open that and try it, I'll be addicted. And the other thing is, I'm so busy. There have been days like I haven't been able to eat all day because I'm so busy. So um, I could see where I could really get addicted to that. Okay, Cindy, here's something interesting. You said me too and fell into the prove it trap with Keto Dad. So here's an interesting thing. I reached out to him to get permission to use his recipes on my channel, and he gave me permission. But immediately after, he's like, "You wanna buy some ketones?" And I'm like, "I've never once tested my ketones. I've never taken an exogenous ketone. I've never pricked my finger. I've never peed on a stick. I've done all of this without doing any of that. Um, the only thing I've ever taken was electrolytes. So uh, I haven't been big on keto products. Just electrolytes. And as a matter of fact, until recently, the only electrolytes I've ever purchased was Keto Chow's unflavored electrolytes. I first bought, I want to say, Relight, just because I wanted to try it, and I needed to spend an extra $10 from Redmond's to get free shipping. So I'm like, oh, I'll just buy some flavored electrolytes just to see what the buzz is all about. And then I'm like, oh, I want to try Elements electrolytes. And then I was just finishing up the Elements when the controversy happened. And then I met Chris and Miriam at KPL. And then, of course, now I am addicted to their chocolate one in my coffee. So there's that. Cindy says butter bites are browned butter and frozen like that, or added ingredients like keto chow, and then butter bites. And do you put them in your coffee, or do you just, because I can just eat a slice of butter. I'm gonna have to research that. Easy keto brown butter bites. For the keto chow ones, just melt a couple of sticks of butter and mix in the keto chow. Pour into silicone cups and freeze. And then what do you do with them then? Just put them in your coffee, or do you just eat them? Cindy says, in the beginning of my journey, I did buy into those prove it ketones way too expensive. Yeah, it's my thinking on this is it's a multi-level marketing company. And so the more people you get under you, the more you make. Correct me if I'm wrong, but anytime you have a company like that, people are going to make money off of the people they sign up, So, and I'm the type of person, I just want to help people lose weight. And my Facebook group has never been, and I post that on my group, like, this is not about making money. So if you're going to come in here and sell stuff to make money, you're getting booted. My thing is, I want to help people not make money off of people. I have recommended products, like I have recommended my Instapot. I have recommended my little $10 what are those Dash waffle makers. I have recommended my mixer. I mean, if people can afford it, but I mean, I don't recommend these companies that push ketones or anything like that. And I have recommended finding a good electrolyte because I really do think electrolytes are important. And now that I know Chris and Marion Bear, and I know how much they care about people and their products because they've made their products to cure their health conditions, I trust their products. So I'm learning what products to trust, and you know, and I love Keto Dad's recipes. I just am not into the ketones thing. That's me personally. Maybe some other people can testify that they work great for them. I don't know. Okay, Evelyn says, I also just make brown butter bites, cook butter low and slow until all the creamy white parts brown, and just pour into a silicone and freeze. Oh, Cindy says you eat them. Okay, this sounds like something I gotta do. And the reason is because this is gonna sound bad, but I literally can just take a slice of butter and just eat it, or a slice of cream cheese and just eat it as a snack. So I feel like these butter bites are something I need to look into. Oh, Cindy says no doubt. Evelyn says I eat them as a dessert or a fat bomb. They can be put in coffee, but don't. Okay, so you just eat them. Just eat it, eat it, eat it. Okay, yes. Cindy also seriously recommends Keto Chow and their products. Scrummy Sweets. Also, Scrummy Sweets. I've heard a lot about Scrummy Sweets, and Too Crazy Keto kind of told the story about Scrummy Sweets and how they started and how they made the products for themselves, and all are great people and products. Exactly. And so, uh, well, I try not to eat too many sweets. Personally, I try to eat more like, I'm probably heading more towards a carnivore space, but I feel like people that I talk to, especially people that are new, and my husband has a terrible sweet tooth. So I have to make this stuff, otherwise he would not succeed on this. So I need to keep in the know on this stuff, especially for him. But I feel like there's a lot of people that I talk to that they, if they didn't have something, they would fall off the wagon. Especially when you're just starting out. It's very hard to come off the standard American diet and not have. You can't just go standard American. I don't think you can just go standard American diet to carnivore or lion diet. You just can't. You got to have something to help you transition. Cindy says I had interviewed the owner of Scrummy Sweets at Hacker Health. That store, I have to go back and watch this. I have so many videos to catch up on. Oh, Evelyn just sent me, I think she just sent me the picture of the thank you of the strawberries, probably. Okay, so Cindy interviewed Scrummy Sweets. I got to go back and watch it because from what I've heard, oh no, this is Keto Brown Butter Bites. Thank you. Thank you, Evelyn. Yeah, I got to go back and watch that video, Cindy. You have so many great interviews. And Cindy, can you post your channel in my chat? It's at Cindy Demanch, and then is it 383? Did I remember that? Now I gotta look you up. Hold on. Cause my brother actually came back and watched. He watched our interview. Hold on, I have too much technology here. Is it 383? At Cindy Demanch. Hold on. If I click on this, it's gonna play probably. Yeah, 3839. So I'm gonna post your handle here. Oh, I just lost my camera. Hold on. There we go. I'm back. All right. I don't think it posted. Hold on that. Cindy 3839. Okay. When I use my numbers, it takes my camera off because I have hotkeys for them. So I can't do that. But that's Cindy's handle. It's good to know I can't use my numbers. All right. So that's Cindy's handle, everybody, on YouTube. So if you go look her up, that's her channel. And she interviews people every week, and their stories are amazing. And she also goes live on Wednesdays, I believe, but she does interviews on Fridays, and you can go back and watch all of her interviews. What time is it? 7:41. We might cut this off at 7:50 or 7:55 because we have to go over to the other live stream because it's going to be awesome. I have to try these butter bites. Maybe I'll have to do a live on them. My new experience with butter bites. This is just water, by the way. I'm just drinking water. I might have to take another bite of this, so. And then, Dad, I'll have to bring one over to you and Mom so that you can try some. Okay, Evelyn just sent me something else here. That's delicious. But it might not be till 9 because I got to go on this live. All right, so what did Evelyn send me? Sent me something else. Okay, Cindy says, I got to run to eat dinner and be ready. All right, we'll see you at 8. See you soon. Yep, we might be ending the live stream here in a minute anyway because we're going to go over to the other live stream. Are there any requests for any recipes after next show? Yep, I got to watch the next show, Dad. Oh, strawberry slices. Okay, she sent me the freeze-dried strawberry slices, so I got to look for those. Yeah, those look really good. Well, we might end this one just because we've got Chris Cook in Nashville and Dustin and Victor coming up here in just a few minutes, in about 15 minutes. And we got to be ready for that. Unless anybody has any further comments, I think I'm all caught up here. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me tonight. It's been an excellent live. And I think we're going to go so that we can be ready for the next one. Oh, wait. Hold on. Evelyn has another comment. I make my keto chow bark by melting a whole bag of lilies, mixing in a keto chow, and spread it in a cookie sheet with parchment. That sounds amazing. I'm really afraid that if I started that, I'd get addicted to it. And my husband too, because he's the one with the real sweet tooth. But you can probably order, and I've noticed, and maybe someone could correct me if I'm wrong, some of these recipes that use keto chow, they don't use the whole package. So you can use part of the package and then use the rest of it for another recipe. I don't know. I've been kind of looking at some of the recipes, but not paying too much attention because I'm like, man, that sounds really delicious. And then they have savory recipes too. They look really good. Yeah. Yeah. Yummy. I could definitely do brownies for sure. Well, that and there's protein in them too. So that's the other benefit to the keto chow products. All right, everybody, we've got it's 7:45, so I think I'm gonna end this so that we can all be ready to go over to Chris Cook in Nashville, Dustin, and Southern Keto. And I can't wait to see you guys all over there. And thank you so much for joining me. I love you all, and we will see you. Well, I'll see you all this week somewhere in somebody's live because we all talk. I love you, Evelyn. Thank you for joining. Bye, friends. And we'll see you in 15 minutes. And we'll see you next week. Am I going to be a guest? No, I am not a guest, Dad. I am just going to be in the chat. But we are all friends here. And so we all know each other. It's kind of back in the day, Dad, of when we did that chat room from the 80s. It's kind of like that. We all just talk and chat while the presenter is presenting. So we've all become friends that way. And I've met a lot of these people in Louisville at the KPL conference. So a lot of us know each other face to face now from having gone to KPL. So we're all good friends. So, all right. Thank you so much. And I will see you all next week and probably talk to you through the week. Everybody have a great night. Peace out.